start with the uncomfortable version. What if humans are not the original inhabitants of Earth? Not immigrants from another continent, not visitors from another century. Actual extraterrestrials whose ancestors arrived from somewhere beyond this planet, settled here, forgot the journey, and eventually started arguing about parking spaces. It is a fantastic idea. It is also almost certainly wrong in the most literal sense. Your body does not look biologically separate from Earth. Human DNA fits inside the same evolutionary tree as every other organism here. You share genes with chimpanzees, mice, fish, fungi, and even plants. Your cells use the same genetic alphabet, the same basic protein machinery, and the same energy molecule used across known life. You are not standing outside Earth's biology. You are buried deep inside it. The fossil record tells the same story. Homo sapiens emerged in Africa hundreds of thousands of years ago, after millions of years of earlier hominin evolution. Our skeletons, genomes, diseases, and even our badly designed lower backs connect us to Earth's past. That last feature is especially convincing. No advanced alien engineer would deliberately install a spine that complains after one afternoon in an office chair. So a spaceship full of modern humans probably did not land here and erase the evidence. But there is another version of the idea. A much stranger one. Humans may be native to Earth, while the oldest ancestors of all Earth life came from somewhere else. This possibility is called panspermia. It does not claim that fully formed people fell from space. It suggests that simple life, or the chemical ingredients needed for life, might travel between worlds inside rocks, dust, comets, or deliberately launched probes. The most testable version is lithopanspermia, life transporting inside stone. A large asteroid strikes a living planet. The impact blasts fragments of crust into space. Microbes hidden inside those rocks avoid the worst heat, spend thousands or millions of years drifting through darkness, and eventually crash onto another world. This sounds like the universe mailing bacteria without adequate packaging. But pieces of planets really do travel between worlds. Meteorites from Mars have reached Earth. Impacts can eject rocks fast enough to escape a planet's gravity, and experiments show that some microorganisms can survive vacuum, radiation, shock, and even atmospheric entry when sufficiently shielded. The journey is still brutally difficult. First, the organism must survive the impact that launches the rock. Then it must endure space, where ultraviolet radiation damages exposed cells and cosmic radiation slowly breaks biological molecules apart. Then the rock must enter another atmosphere without becoming a sterilized fireball. Finally, it must land somewhere that has liquid water, usable chemistry, and enough stability to reproduce. So the plan requires surviving an explosion, an interplanetary freezer, radiation, atmospheric re-entry, and a blind landing. Airlines have lost luggage under easier conditions. Yet difficult is not the same as impossible. Microbial colonies, spores, and organisms buried beneath rock can be remarkably durable. Some experiments outside the International Space Station found that protected microorganisms or thick cell aggregates could survive years of exposure. That does not prove life arrived on Earth from space. It only means one part of the route may be physically possible. And panspermia creates an immediate problem. It does not explain how life began. It merely moves the first laboratory to another planet. Suppose Earth was seeded 4 billion years ago by microbes from ancient Mars, a vanished ocean world, or a planet from another star system. Those organisms would reproduce, mutate, and adapt to Earth. Over immense time, they could become every branch of life we know. Plants, whales, mushrooms, you. In that scenario, humans would be aliens only in the same way the final leaf of a tree comes from a seed planted somewhere else. The leaf grew here. The tree developed here. Every feature was shaped by local sunlight, soil, storms, competition, and accidents. Earth would still be our evolutionary home. The original address would simply be wrong. Now change one variable. What if the seeding was deliberate? An advanced civilization could send microscopic life instead of adult colonists. Microbes are smaller, cheaper, tougher, and require far fewer tiny seat belts. A probe could scatter engineered cells onto promising planets and allow evolution to perform the slow work. This is called directed panspermia. If that happened, the aliens would not necessarily resemble humans. They may have existed billions of years before us and disappeared before the first complex animal evolved. Their only surviving artifact could be biology itself. So how would you detect it? You might search for a message hidden inside DNA, an unnatural mathematical pattern or biological machinery that looks engineered rather than evolved. But evolution constantly edits genomes. Mutations accumulate. Sequences are duplicated, deleted, rearranged, borrowed, and repurposed. After billions of years, a deliberate signature could become biological confetti. An ordinary evolution can create patterns that look designed when viewed selectively. Humans are extremely talented at discovering messages where none exist. Clouds contain faces. Toast contains prophets. DNA would not receive special protection from our enthusiasm. A stronger clue would be completely separate life. Imagine finding organisms beneath Mars, inside Europa, or in the clouds of another world. If they used the same genetic code, the same amino acids, and deeply related molecular machinery, shared ancestry would become a serious possibility. But even then, direction would be difficult to prove. Did Earth seed Mars? Did Mars seed Earth? Did both receive life from somewhere else? The family tree might be visible, while the birthplace remains missing. Now return to the original question. Are humans the aliens on Earth? The evidence says humans evolved here from earlier Earth life. We are genetically and anatomically connected to the rest of the biosphere. There is no credible evidence that modern humans arrived aboard a forgotten spacecraft, were manufactured by extraterrestrials, or replaced a native intelligent species. But the deeper version remains open. The first living chemistry on Earth may have formed here. It may have been assisted by organic molecules delivered from space. Or less likely, but not physically absurd, living microbes may have arrived inside ancient rock. We do not yet know. And that uncertainty changes the meaning of alien. If panspermia happened, then humans are not alien invaders. Every forest is alien. Every bacterium is alien. Every bird, coral reef, mosquito, and person is part of the same extraterrestrial colony that forgot it was a colony. You would still belong to Earth. Earth raised your species, shaped your lungs, built your senses, and selected every ancestor who survived long enough to continue the experiment. But somewhere in space, there might be another world carrying life built from the same ancient beginning. Not a stranger, a relative, and possibly the only one who remembers where the family came from.